Hello, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jan once again. We are live at this broadcast here on Facebook today. And if you're coming in through the podcast, then you're listening with your ears. You can't see anything, but I'm going to be sharing a bunch of stuff that you can get access to there as well. And of course, on YouTube here. And today I'm excited to share this particular link with you. It's chaosmap.com/talk. It's the one that allows us to connect with you if you are so interested to take it to the next level and get you some free information. Basically, what we do on these calls is a 15 to 20-minute call to see if there's a way we can help you with any of these things that I've been talking about for the last few weeks. And not only that, but we try to actually get you some information that you can use right there and then, meaning you come off the call and you can actually start implementing things. So it's kind of an exciting process, and I wanted to share that out the gate with you. chaosmap.com/talk. You can go right there. But today, I'm excited to share with you basically a framework, a process. You see a lot of my charts here, and a lot of these. Let me go full screen here. A lot of these, charts and workflow diagrams, because this is how we think about strategies and how we process things at a high level. It allows us also to drill down deeper into these thought processes to map them out so that there's full transparency, sort of from top to bottom. Clearly, a lot of detail goes into this, a lot of tactics. I mean, just one of these segments could be a weekend alone to just cover everything, right? But together, they form systems and processes that we use and we like to discuss, because frankly, it allows the conversation to work better. Team members, folks broadly across teams can get involved and understand actually what's going on. From that, we build out milestones. We also build out deliverables, of course. And again, just a very broad understanding is where it all starts. So I want to start here today with this broad understanding of a framework where in the consulting business for authors, speakers, consultants, as I mentioned, coaches, and also professional services businesses, where there's an educational component that needs to happen. You've heard the rule of 7 in marketing, right? 7 touch points. Well, frankly, there's probably a few more that needs to happen in our day and age because of technology, social media, etc. Folks are very aware. Hopefully, self-awareness is one thing, but very aware of the opportunities they have to either hire consultants, agencies, and also, frankly, do their fair share of research and competitive analysis, because there's, frankly, some very powerful tools and ways you can do that. So in order to get your customers, your clients, your patients into your fray, you need to be educating them. And a great way to do that, to get these client appointments, is what I'm outlining here today through these 4 steps, which I'll share here in a second. And essentially what these are simple steps that you can use and model from to get this implemented for your own business. And the reason why I'm showing you this is, again, to get this conversation started at a high level, but also allow you to drill down and ask more questions about, how do I get this implemented? Understand the strategies now. How do I get this done? And if you'd like to talk about that, then go to chaosmap.com/talk. It's the ultimate non-pitch. You basically go there, set an appointment for yourself on the calendar, and then we jump on and see how we can help map this out for yourself. And then you can go and do it if you so choose. If you so choose, otherwise, we can discuss potential opportunities. But here we go. So let's switch over to the chart. And if you are live and have any questions, please fire away. I'll respond after this because I can't see them right now. And of course, if you are on the YouTubes or on the podcast, just go to that link, chaosmap.com/talk, and we'll dive in from there. So I expanded out this chart here. Let me actually see if I can go a little bit more zoomed in here. And yes, so this is the official 4-step process for getting highly targeted client appointments. And we're using this through touch points and multiple touch points, and also educational elements here. Education, edutainment, infotainment, different words here. It's basically allowing you to share your expertise with your audience which is going to be a targeted audience, and allowing you to not only showcase your expertise, showcase your authority, but adding value. You hear this all the time. Hey, have you added any value lately? Yes, indeed, I have. Well, you can actually validate that through your response, but also through your analytics and data points. But we're not going to cover that here. We're going to go right into kind of that first touch point. If you are not known in the marketplace, how do you get yourself elevated out there? That's brand lift, right? Starts with awareness. Well, frankly, very easy to do these days. Easy in quotes, right? If you're brand new, this is going to be a little harder, but still very easy in the concept here. Create a video or static image ad in Facebook. You see an example of that here. Actually have a nice friendly picture of a family with a dog here, a little baby or close to it, a strong headline here. This is about search engines. And a question mark kind of to get their attention out the gate. Starts with a question, a supportive statement. This is using kind of a PAS formula, which is problem, agitate, solve. There's I've talked about these in previous episode, the different copywriting techniques and the ways that you can get sort of seen in the fast-paced world of newsfeed, right? People are scrolling fast. You want to do something to stop their scroll. Often you can do things without being loud and noisy. I forget where I heard this, but blend in to stand out was the expression. I kind of believe that. You don't want to be the crazy marketer, jumping up and down. Hey, look at me. People get annoyed by that. However, I always say this disclaimer: test things. Don't be afraid to test. So, Facebook ad is the first thing that goes out the gate. And we're going to be talking more about Facebook ads. I have some of those already here on the podcast and out there, but essentially an ad gets displayed. You get impressions, people will click on it. And the idea here is that you set this up as a conversion campaign. That's a objective inside Facebook that you can choose. There's multiple discussions off of this thread, which would include, engagement ads, video view ads, traffic ads. We basically tend to leverage a combination of engagement and conversion ads, but we're starting out, for sake of simplicity, conversion campaign for this. Go straight to a sign-up page, assuming that all your metrics or all your pixels and all your code is installed, the scripts, etc., on the pages, all the conversion points. Again, another presentation for that in training. But then that allows the ads to happen. You want to, of course, A/B test those ads. That gets pushed out to a sign-up page, which is a registration page. Now, this could be a VSL. I talked about that. I have another post about VSL-style webinars. But actually, in this case, we are using leadpages.net. I've listed the tools here below each section. There's 4 of them here. And so you can go to those and sign up and see how to use them and how to implement them. But yes, so the ad over to the sign up page, that would be a registration page for a webinar in this example. That webinar right there includes free training, how to X, Y, and Z, so that, time frame, uniqueness, helpfulness, all of that strong in the headline, a simple formatted page with a countdown timer. All of that is sort of par for the course these days with these webinars. And right here, to create this in a very fashionable way, we're using leadpages.net. So you can definitely sign up for that. I think they have a free trial as well. Very easy to do. Now, the key here is, because the question comes out right the gate, leadpages.net is not a webinar system. You are correct. You need a webinar system that does all the traditional sort of webinar settings and webinar workflow-ish things. So that is step 3. You want to actually go out to stealthseminar.com. Love Stealth Seminar. They're out of Arizona, and I've been around for a good while. They are incredible in their service. Their customer service is out of this world. And they will actually take your well-designed lead pages code and implement it straight into Stealth Seminar. So you don't have to deal with it. All the scripts, everything, you just supply it to them. In fact, you could even send them the login to Lead Pages and they will do it for you. Forget the guy's name over there. One of those guys is just all over it. Very, very impressed by that. And if you look in the community, you'll see that that is a very impressive bunch overall. Plus the technology itself, very simple to use. The interface is very basic, but don't be sort of fooled by that. There's tremendous power behind the scenes here. And Jeff Running is the main man over there, the founder. So we went through the Facebook click traffic, as in conversion campaign, over to the registration page. We're now basically in the webinar presentation mode, and that's using Stealth Seminar. And once you do your webinar, and again, webinar creation, content development for that, and the strategic ways in which you kind of hold their attention is not something we're going to cover here today, but there's clearly a step-by-step approach for that as well. If you have any questions about it, love to talk to you about it. In fact, if you'd like, go to chaosmap.com/talk. We have basically mini frameworks for this and scripts that we use that are sort of determined to be true winners on how to present webinars and how you should set yourself up for that. So happy to share that with you at chaosmap.com/talk. And yes, we are an agency. So, you know, behind the scenes, we have folks working on this every day. And we have the opportunity to help you if you so choose. So let's continue now. After the webinar or close to the end, there's an opportunity to pop up a script, essentially a link that is, you know, so assume that you have your 40-minute, 45-minute presentation. 5 minutes before, maybe it's 10 minutes before you start coming into a close, you have the opportunity to pop up a button that says, click here to schedule your appointment. That is a viable, trusted, and very much an expected way to do this because, well, they can click in, of course, but also you can use that as your leverage and CTA point, call to action. So you're speaking at the webinar, hey, we have an opportunity to help you with this. If you'd like to set an appointment, click the green button, red button, yellow button that popped up right now, and you're going to see a calendar. In that calendar, you can schedule yourself, and we'll jump on a call, and we'll XYZ, right? Very simple. And that tool that we're looking at here on the screen is the calendar for the application process. So you basically here have the opportunity to allow the user to pick a date and time to speak with you. Now, if you're just setting this up and you want to get a workflow going so that the lead flow doesn't prevent you from seeing less, this is the 4 screens that you need, nothing more. Now, what's going to happen is you'll determine very quickly throughout this funnel what is the quality of that lead. And when I say quickly, it depends on how much money you spend on advertising, et cetera, and how much traffic you can funnel through here. But what happens often is after webinars, if they go straight to the calendar, they're very excited in the moment. They just kind of checkbox things and fill things out. And that's it. You know, thank you. We'll see you on the call. Well, you may want to insert right between the presentation and the application a mini survey. So basically, what's your business? You know, what's your, name, email, business? What's your website? What was your transaction volume this year? What type of revenues are you looking to grow into? What's working right now? What's not working? So basically, you have a very simple but very effective quality assurance form that if they fill that out and then go to the calendar, that's a higher quality caliber lead. Wow, I could say that fast. But we've found basically that for sort of out-the-gate projects, often just getting the leads in and working with them to support them and to help them through a lesser, lesser volume funnel, if you will, lesser steps, is often a better way to go, at least in the beginning. And again, if you are, wanting to throw some major dollars at this, I would probably advocate doing the quality assurance step. If you're starting out here with $50 a day, that's one thing. If you're starting out with $1,000 a day, that's a completely other, right? And in fact, starting out at $1,000 a day is aggressive, and you better have a lot of great content and have your shit together, so to speak, going into this, because that is not necessarily the best way to start. We like to scale it. Now, $100 a day, $200 a day, that's fine, but you really want to have this dialed in, and so some of this should actually be vetted prior. Often we get requests for building this from scratch. We're very transparent about the fact that this may or may not work, especially not in the first 30 to 60 days. We need time to build this out. So we're very careful about doing the math on this. Every step along the way here needs to have a conversion point. So that means a metric that allows us to look at this to see what's working, what's not working, what can we optimize, what can we tune. And all of that's going to be very important for the math. We combine the math and the psychology into this to make sure that all of that's working uniquely. It's the good old Dan Kennedy message to market model. And then with the math, it becomes very, very powerful. If you want to talk about it, you can go to chaosmap.com/talk. Happy to jump on that call with you there to talk through this a little bit further. A lot of detail here, obviously, going a little bit fast here, but that's intentional because I want you to be able to replay this and listen to it again, take some more notes as we also get busy here on a fine, what is this, Tuesday afternoon. It's almost 6 o'clock, so it's been a long day, and I wanted to just do this for you. But if you'd like to learn more, you can certainly, I'm going to provide this document. There's going to be a link in the document, so you can download that. And as sort of a reminder, if you're good at what you're doing, right now as a coach, a consultant, an expert in your field, you can really provide big results and outcomes for your clients. We can help you with this, and we can market this in a very direct and powerful way. But ultimately, it's about helping you understand the model. How to implement it is certainly something we could talk about, but really, if you have a tech person, it is not hard to get all the techie, geeky stuff together. What becomes a little more complex and requires more strategy and sort of the ability to dial that in is going to be the copy and the ads. It's going to be the positioning in terms of the audience. It's going to be the layout and structure of landing pages. You want to test the AB pages, the leadpages.net there. Also the structure and outline of the webinar. And the content for that. And by the way, this may also be a follow-up webinar to something that you're doing via email, right? So we can do multiple touch points here, and you want to do that. This is not just a one-channel deal these days, right? Multi-channel, you know about it. Omni-channel, omnipresence, you got to be everywhere. And building the know, like, and trust is a great way to do it through a webinar like this, and certainly a simple funnel structure like this. So I just want to thank you here today, and really appreciate any questions and all your feedback. And if you like this, please share it. If you want to come on a call, go to chaosmap.com/talk. We'll take you through this. And it's not a sales pitch, by the way, meaning we're not going to try and squeeze you in and do something that is underhanded or weird or no shenanigans or anything of that nature. It's just, we're all good people here wanting to help. And of course, there may be an opportunity to work together, but really want to get you started with this out the gate. So for now, I'm going to just say thanks, and I appreciate y'all. All right, take it easy.